Alright everyone, so here it is. My 2003 BMW M3. This is the E46. Now, I wanted to talk about some of the things that's on the car, and then of course some of the things that I want to do, and of course how I got to the car. So let's go ahead and talk about that. Alright, so I've come into the car because it's mighty hot out. It's like almost 100 degrees and I just can't stand it anymore. So I wanted to tell you the story about how I got this car. Well, back in 2017 I was looking to buy a sports car. I wanted a nice car. I was looking at things like GTRs and Miatas and just pretty much anything that is designed to be a sports car, rear-wheel drive or maybe even all-wheel drive, something with some power, some grunt to it. And well, I came across this car online, and it was listed for $20,000. So what I did was I got a loan for it. And I went up to Birmingham where it was being sold at, and I talked Exclusive Automotive Wholesale to bring it down to about $16,700. And then what I did was I said, if we can get it down there, that'll also, with tax, tags, and title, plus a 3-year, 36,000 mile powertrain warranty, would add up to be $20,000. And I made up that difference because my loan only gave me $17,400. So I worked him down to $16,700. The loan paid for $17,400, and then I covered the rest. That day was the first day I had the car, so I was like, all right, let's see what this thing can do. So on my way back, I had some fun with it and took a little video with my cell phone, which at the time was terrible, just to put it up on Facebook. So, and now we're here. Alright, so the audio in this clip is really bad, so here I am going to voice over this clip. So here we go. Here's the interior of my car. It has red leather seats. I know it's not vacuumed, but it's an SMG, and I installed a Android head unit, which is very nice, something from the 21st century. And here's the shift paddles. They are stainless steel, and they have tritium vials in the plus and minus positions, so that way you can see them in the dark. And here we have a full view of the car. So here's the rims. They are AC Schnitzer. I believe they're about $1,000 a piece, and they're a little bit scuffed up, but I'm going to try and keep them as nice as possible until I replace them eventually. So come around to the front. The indicators have been replaced with clear, and I was pointing to my splitter, which has been broken, unfortunately, due to a car wash. There's my angel eyes that I installed with the black plastic dip behind it to make it look nice and dark in there. It looks really good and aggressive. I don't remember what I was talking about here, so I guess you can just listen to the sounds of my voice. Alright, so back here we have aftermarket LED taillights that have been installed by the previous owner. The axle back AC Schnitzer exhaust, which is basically stock essentially. It just looks a little nicer. There was the rear view camera. And I believe we're going to come back around to the front or to the inside to get the trunk or the hood release to check out the engine. You just pull up in this lever. So here's the inline 6 naturally aspirated 3.2 liter S54 engine. That was a mouthful, but it produces 323 horsepower and about 280 pound-feet of torque at the crank. And with this car weighing 3,400 pounds, it does 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds. It's a very nice engine, revs to 8,000 RPMs. So it sounds nice and it goes very fast. So you can also see in there is a strut going across the suspension towers, and that will stiffen the chassis. So alright, I'll hand it back to the video portion. Let's see if we can't get some exhaust notes out here, shall we? so I decided to do this last part here in my garage. It's just simply too hot outside to do it, so I've got a notebook that I forgot here, so I figured I'd just finish it up here. Alright, so without further ado, I'm going to talk about all the things I want to do in the future with this car. So, here we go. Let's open up the notebook and just start reading what I want to do. So, for projected maintenance, obviously tires and brake pads, brakes. For what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a brake upgrade rather than just a brake pad, so that way I have better brakes for this car. And that's going to cost, for the front and the rear, is going to be about $700 to $1,000. I want to get better wheels, so wheels that can handle the wide tires that I want to put on and not rub up against the car. Belts, pulleys. Air filter, I already did that. Rod bearings, probably going to happen someday. I'm going to have to replace the rod bearings. This thing's almost coming up on 100,000 miles and I don't think they've ever been done, so I'm going to have to get those done. Then we got the coils and ignition, spark plugs and stuff like that. That's going to be a good solid 400, 500 bucks. And then trunk handle, I don't know if you saw it, but it's kind of falling off a little bit. The sunroof won't go down if you tilt it up. But it'll go down eventually, so it's kind of weird and awkward, so I want to get that fixed. Washer system, yes, that's right. I bought a windshield washing pump for it, and I haven't installed it yet, but it doesn't work, so I'm going to have to fix that. All right, let's go on to the other things that I want to get for it. So, one of the big things I want to do for it is get it a better exhaust. What I want is it's called a Group Status Catless Headers and a Megane Axleback exhaust. And that's going to make this car sound absolutely brilliant. Alright, right now it sort of sounds stock as you heard, but I'm going to get it a better exhaust someday. Projector retrofit to get the headlights looking nice. Big brake kit, I already said that. Carbon-tastic wheel, that's right, Carbon-tastic sells steering wheels for this car. And they have one that has shift lights on it, and it also has like a little screen on it that you can have whatever the hell you want on it, whatever can fit on it. Wide body and all accoutrements. Don't know how much that's going to cost. Club Sport wing. There's a nice wing. Oh, I'll show you a picture right now of the car that I made in Forza 4 or Forza Horizon 4. This is exactly how I want my car to look, with the rims and the front splitter, the rear spoiler, everything, except for obviously it doesn't have the angel eyes because it's not that customizable in Forza. Let's see, fuel pump, flex fuel kit, and then after that, forced induction. So once I get all that stuff, then I'll do forced induction to make more power. Like I said, I'll have a turbo or a supercharger, whatever can get me those high horsepower numbers. So all in all, that's going to be about $7,000, $8,000 before forced induction, and then forced induction is going to add another probably 10 grand onto it. So hopefully this YouTube channel kicks off real good, so that way I can afford that. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching my introduction to my car. Again, this is a 2003 BMW M3. If it wasn't obvious by the title, it's got almost 100,000 miles on it, and for what it is, I love this car, and I'm probably never going to get rid of it unless the value completely skyrockets. But all right, again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.